श्री हरिनाम कीर्तन की जय। हरे कृष्णा। Krishna, we welcome all the devotees for this Saturday morning IYF class, Radhashtami festival. We are reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Samte Lila, 7th chapter, verse number 47. आशम अहो ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति स्थितिः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नंद गोप कुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः आसम अहो चरण रेणु जुषामहंसा वृंदावने किमपि गुल्मलतो ओषधीनाम् या दुष्टजं स्वजनं वार्यपथं च हित्वा हे दुर्मुकुन्द पदवीं श्रुतुभिर्विमग्नाम् आसामहो चरणरेणुजुषामहंसा वृन्दावने किमपि गुल्मलतोषिधीनाम् या दुष्टजं स्वजनं वार्यपथं च हित्वा ये दुर्मुकुन्द पदवीं श्रुतिभिर्विमग्नाम् आसामहो चरणरेणुजुषामहंसा वृन्दावने किमपि गुल्मलतोषधीनाम् या दुष्टजं स्वजनं वार्यपथं च हित्वा हे दुर्मुकुन्दपदवीं श्रुतिभिर्विमग्नाम् Devotee would like to recite. आचामहो चरणरेणुजुषामहंसा वृन्दावने किमपि दुर्लभतोषधीनाम् या दुष्टजं मुकुंद पदवीं आचामहो चरणरेणुजुषामहंसा वृन्दावने किमपि दुर्लभतोषधीनाम् हे दुर्मुकुन्द पदवीं श्रुतिभिर्विमग्नाम् आसामहो चरणरेणुजुषामहंसा वृन्दावने किमपि गुल्मलतोषधीनाम् या दुष्टजं स्वजनं वार्यपथं च हित्वा हे दुर्मुकुन्द पदवीं श्रुतिभिर्विमग्नाम् word to word meaning. Asham of the gopis. Aho, oh, Charan Renu, the dust of the lotus feet. Jusham, devoted to. Ahamsha, let me become. Vrindavane, in Vrindavan. Kimapi, anyone. Gulmalata Oshadhina, among bushes, creepers, and herbs. Yeah, those who Dustajam, very difficult to give up. Swajanam, family members. Aryapatham, the path of chastity. Cha, and Idva, giving up. Vedu, worship. Mukunda Padavim, the lotus feet of Mukunda, Krishna. So to be by the Vedas. Vimargya, to be searched for. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace. Abhay Sharanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The gopis of Vrindavan have given up the association of their husbands, sons, and other family members, who are very difficult to give up. And they have forsaken the path of chastity to take shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, Krishna, which one should search, which one should search for by Vedic knowledge. Oh, let me be fortunate enough to become one of the bushes, creepers, or herbs in Vrindavan, for the gopis trample upon them and bless them with the dust of their lotus feet. Purport. This verse, it comes from Bhagavatam 10:47-61, was spoken by Uddhava. When Uddhava was sent by Krishna to see the condition of the gopis in Vrindavan, he stayed there for a few months in their association and always talked with them about Krishna. Although this greatly pleased the gopis and other residents of Brajabhumi, Vrindavan, Uddhava saw the gopis were severely afflicted by their separation from Krishna. Their hearts were so disturbed that their minds were sometimes deranged. Observing the unalloyed devotion and love of gopis for Krishna, Uddhava desired to become a creeper, a blade of grass, or an herb in Vrindavan, so that sometimes the gopis would trample upon him and he would receive the dust of their lotus feet on his head. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनाशनाय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं साद्वैतं सावधूतं हरिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेव श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्विता नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य सुखारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामसे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधारमणते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. First of all, I seek blessings of all the devotees, especially all the senior devotees present here, that I can speak in something in glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam and for purification of my heart. I know I'm not qualified to speak on something exalted topic that is specifically, the highest topic amongst all the spiritual topics also, that is Radha Tattva, but on instruction of His Grace, Lord Krishna Prabhuji, try to speak something. So please bless me that I can speak something in accordance with Parampara. Hare Krishna. So the background of this particular sloka is that Uddhava was there in Dwarka with Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna chose somebody that somebody should go and pacify the gopis because Krishna before leaving Vrindavan he promised gopis that he will return back, but then he did not come back. So the gopis they were feeling a lot of separation from Krishna. So and in order to teach Uddhava also the lessons that what is highest, love for Krishna. So that is why Krishna sent Uddhava as a messenger to Vrindavan. Uddhava goes there and initially tries teaching all the gopis about meditation on Krishna and things like that, or the knowledge of Paramatma and Brahman and things like that. But the gopis they said that you are teaching us that we should remember Krishna in our hearts, we should meditate on the form of the Lord in our hearts. But our problem is that we are not able to forget Krishna. We want to forget him because he has cheated us, he has gone away from here and things like that. We want to forget him, but our problem is that we are not able to forget. And you are saying all these things. So then Uddhava's head was, chakkar aa gaya unko. So that he was, not able to understand that what is this. I was thinking something else only. So then he stayed for a little longer time there. He told all the gopis about the pastimes of Krishna in Dwarka and other places. At the same time, then eventually, actually, knowing the greatness of their devotion, their love for Krishna, Uddhava desired, that let me become actually a gulmalata or a herb in Vrindavan. And the gopis actually they'll fill water or they will go actually for taking out flowers or something like that in the forest. That time actually they are just of their lotus feet will fall upon my head. And that's how I will also get their devotion actually. Because just like that, directly if I ask for their, dust of their lotus feet, they won't give me. Because Uddhava was, by the way, one of the greatest scholars. He was the disciple, direct disciple of Brahaspati, the teacher of all the demigods. Actually. Brahaspati decided that actually Brahaspati is the highest learned personality within the material world because he has specifically in spiritual science. In Karmakanda aspect, Sukracharya is more learned, but in spiritual aspects, Brahaspati is, he has no match. So he is disciple of such a spiritual master, and such a personality. If he is asked, he goes and asks, in a simple village, there are covered girls who are there, and you go and ask them that, please give me dust of your lotus feet. They will feel very much ashamed. At the same time, they will not give also. So that is why he desired that let me become a Gulmalata in the forest of Vrindavan. So why I begin with this particular sloka? Because many times people misunderstand actually the pastimes of Krishna with the gopis. So just see the highest of the scholars. They also want to take the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis on their heads and purify their existence. So don't think that these pastimes of Brajbhumi, they are ordinary pastimes. They are the pastimes of highest epitome of spiritual, ecstasies that people generally misunderstand and then try to imitate that and then just go to hellish life actually. Rather, actually, these pastimes are actually the worshipable, deities or worshipable, objects for all kinds of devotees and renunciates actually. In the course of discussion of our, today's morning class, we will see that actually how the greatest of the devotees they glorified the devotion of gopis actually for Krishna actually. Rather, the gopis are the highest of the renunciates actually. So one time, one of the devotee in one class to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he asked one question. There is a famous saying that actually behind the success of every man there is a woman. So behind your success, or behind the success of all the swamis in ISKCON, no, who is that woman? Like that, somebody asked Ramnath Swami Maharaj. So it is a very controversial question now, very difficult to answer. But Ranand Maharaj answered in such a way that actually the devotee who asked, he was also satisfied and then everybody else was also satisfied. So as soon as this question was asked, everybody, whoever was sleeping, they also became alert. अभी देखते हैं क्या बोलते हैं क्या आता है मसाला निकल के like that. Then Maharaj said, yes, behind our success also, behind my renunciation also, there is one, mother whose blessings are there. Without that, no renunciate, no sannyasi will be able to withstand actually sannyas. So then he said, she is none other than Srimati Radharani. Haribu. So like that. So Radharani's devotion is unparalleled. Actually, if you see from even normal point of view, like the gopis of Vrindavan actually they got married to Krishna, but sorry, the gopis of other places, especially Dwarka and other places, they got married, but gopis of Vrindavan they did not get even married to Krishna. Even from worldly point of view, it is great defamy actually that women is just giving up her husband and then going away. So in the world itself, they are getting defamy. They are not glorified. They are becoming unchaste from the worldly point of view. Then second point is from karma kanda point of view. In case somebody loses one's chastity, then what happens? Such a personality actually gets a very hellish destination. Actually, we'll discuss actually one pastime that how uh, one particular lady she was so chaste that even she stopped the movement of the sun also. So one time it so happened that this particular story is being told by Srimati Radharani only. So one time it so happened that one Brahmani was there. She was very chaste to her husband, so much chaste that actually she never thought of any other man in even in her dreams also actually, like that. So much chaste she was. But this man was kind of lumpet. Lumpet means actually every now and then he see man and things like that. So eventually actually he was suffering from kush rog. This particular Brahman was suffering from this kush rog. But this Brahmani was taking care of her husband very nicely actually. So much so that actually he was not able to walk. So every day she would carry him on the bank of the river and make him take bath and things like that. So one day this Brahman who was suffering from Kush rogue actually uh, was taking bath in the river, and actually opposite side he sees one of the prostitute. She was also taking bath and she was very beautiful. This prostitute was very beautiful actually. Since she brought, this prostitute was very beautiful and this Brahman was only in the name Brahman. Otherwise, he was gone case actually. So he saw her and he got attracted towards her. So then, he became disturbed in his mind actually. Since he became disturbed in the mind, actually, the Brahmani, who was the wife of this Brahman, actually could understand the mind of her husband and asked, no, what is that is going on in your mind? What way you are feeling dissatisfied? Then this fellow shamelessly told that actually I'm feeling attracted towards this particular prostitute and things like that. So then she approached somebody that how we can get that prostitute and things like that. Then they said, "Arey, forget about her. She in order to have her actually a lot of money has to be paid and things like that, a lot of gold and things like that." So then she said, okay, no problem. Somehow or other, something I will do. So then she becomes actually a personal servant in the house of the prostitute. Now it is a very low class job for a Brahmani to accept job in the house of a prostitute. She is just outskirts. She is thrown out of the village, and then there actually she is going and doing the job actually for this prostitute. So then the prostitute was impressed by the service attitude of this Brahmani, and she said, how come you are serving here and things like that. So nevertheless, this Brahmani actually, served, and then she asked that, my husband wants your union and things like that. So she said, okay, no problem. You can bring your husband in the evening time, in the night time. Don't bring in the daytime, otherwise it will be, great defaming for yourself also. So that is why then, this Brahmani was taking the husband actually in the night time. When she was taking the, husband in the night time, meanwhile, actually there was another sage, Manduk Muni. So this Manduk Muni was performing, austerities, but some thieves were there. These thieves actually they went for looting the property of the king. While looting the property of the king, some soldiers they got to know that some thieves have come up here. So then, they were running behind these thieves. So these thieves came and hid themselves in the uh, kutir or small hut of this Manduk Muni. And the thieves got to know that actually this Manduk Muni is also, I think, the leader of the thieves. So the king punished everybody, including the thieves and Manduk Muni actually. So Manduk Muni was actually, put on Suli. So it was not that he was hanged. Suli was a, special, kind of punishment that was given, that the back of a man will be pierced actually with some kind of equipment or some kind of weapon like that. So Manduk Muni was suffering from that particular thing. He was about to die, but meanwhile this Brahmani was passing with her husband, and she hits Manduk Muni like that. So when Mandak Muni got to know that whoever has done this, already I'm suffering so much, and whoever has done this kind of act of hitting me actually in the night, I curse that the husband of this particular lady will die before sunrise. Like that Mandak Muni cursed. Meanwhile, Mandak Muni also dies and goes off. And he goes to Yamaraj, and then you know that he goes and curses even Yamaraj, and then Yamaraj, Vidura and things like that. But then this Brahmani, when she got to know that actually her husband is being cursed that tomorrow morning before sunrise he will die. So she is meditated. She was feeling very bad that I'm very chaste to my husband and such a punishment is given to me. So she meditated that in case if I am very chaste, then let it not be sunrise only. Tomorrow morning sunrise will not happen and things like that. So the power of her chastity was that next day morning sun also did not rise. Just imagine, everybody was seeing their watch. अरे 7 बज गया अभी तक sun ही नहीं निकल रहा है and things like that. Those who are going office, those who are going to their job and things like that, they were worried. And in fact, the demigods they also got worried. Then Brahmaji also got worried, Shivji also got worried. Even Lord Vishnu also got worried that how come the movement of the sun only got stopped. So it is very difficult to even stop the movement of the sun. Just imagine the power of chastity of this Brahmani actually. She stopped the movement of the sun. Actually. So then, Brahmaji, Shivji, and Vishnu, all three of them, they come down actually, to this Brahmani, and they requested that let your husband die, no problem. Let the sunrise happen. He said no. I will not allow. I want, I'm a Pativrita Nari, and my words should not go wrong. At the same time, Manduk Muni's words also should not go wrong. So then Lord Vishnu said, okay, no problem. Let sunrise happen, your husband will die, and we will bring back, him back to life and things like that. He said, okay, no problem. Then again, the sunrise happened. And then, the husband died, and again Lord Vishnu brought, the husband back. And then the husband had realized actually the power of devotion of this particular Brahmin, of her chastity actually. And then, he gets long duration of life. His kush also goes off. And then, both of them, they live very long life. And at the end of their life, they go back home back to God. So just imagine, this is the power of the chastity of a woman. So now, in case if women is not chaste, then actually her destination is in the hell. Just imagine the gopis, they left actually everything for Krishna. So their future is also insecure. In present time also they are being blasphemed actually by everybody that they are not sense controlled and things like that. Just imagine. That was the devotion actually of the gopis. And it is not that it was some short time investment. Take a time being with the gopis are investing, eventually they are going to get a lot of happiness and things like that. Krishna is going to take care of them very nicely. No, eventually also they just have separation only from Krishna. Krishna at the age of 11, when he left actually for Mathura, he said, he told them that he is going to return back, but he never returned back. So at the age of 120 years when he was there, that time actually again they had Rath Yatra and that time he returned back. That is the other pastime. But for almost 120 years, Krishna never returned back actually to Vrindavan. So just imagine, the gopis, how much devotion actually they had for Krishna. So few years before I read one article, very famous article, that is, supreme personality is male or female. So there is debate. So there are scholars who are discussing these things that the supreme lord is male or female. Why male? Because there is a category of people they say that he has to do a lot of Herculean tasks of creating the universe, maintaining the universe, this, that, and everything like that. And then dissolution of the maintenance. So he should be masculine. He should be strong enough. Actually, he should be male. And then there is another category of people that everybody is busy in this material world doing all these things. But God should be a man of heart. He should be female. And you all know that, like, how many of you love or you are more closer to your mother than your father? Please raise your hands. More closer to your mother than your father. See, most hands are up. Correct? Yeah. How many of you are more closer to your father than your mother? Only one hand is up. Okay. How many of you are closer to both mother and father? everybody will raise their hand, correct? So most of us, we are more like, it is very easy to reveal our heart to mothers because they are very tender, they are very loving, very caring and things like that. Even if they beat also, still they will take care and things like that. Like I had seen, when I was small child, I would do some mischievous activities. My father never beat me, but my mother sometimes she would give me hadak, and then I will go and catch his pallu only, and I will hide her clothes only. Why are you beating me and things like that? Then I will start hitting her also back and things like that. Again, she will hit me tightly. Then I'll come to my senses. Not good, like that. So even if they chastise, also we go and take shelter of the mother only. So the people they say that actually God should be feminine because he should be taking care of everybody. He should be a man of heart. He should have feeling for others and things like that. So there is a debate like this, but Krishna consciousness is solution to all the problems. So this particular sloka in Chaitanya Charitamrita, which says that actually Krishna, who is male or in the Purusha form, and Srimati Radharani, who is in feminine form, she is also the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So how is it? This shloka says. You can repeat after me. Radha Krishna ekatma dui deha dhari. जिन्होंने वेला से रसा स्वादन करे. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says Radha and Krishna are one and the same, but they have assumed two different bodies for pastimes, just for enjoyment, like that. So, before going to the exalted topic of discussion of the pastime of Radha and Krishna, we'll discuss first the pastimes of Lakshmi Narayan, and we'll discuss the pastime of Sitaram. That is more easy actually for us to digest. Otherwise, even I'm not qualified to speak even the pastimes of Lakshmi Narayan. So what to speak of Radha Krishna. So it is said actually, in Tirupati you all know that actually every day Lord Balaji is woken up. So there they recite many slokas actually. So few of the slokas they say like this. Kamala kuchachu chakakumkamato niyata runita tulani latano. Kamalayat lochan lokapate vijayi bhava venkat sailapate. Chachatur mukha sanmukha panchamukha paramukha khiladvat moolamane. शरणागत वात्सल सारगते वृषभ वृषपाल Pate. So like this sloka goes on. So it says that Mother Lakshmi, who serves Lord Balaji there. You all know that how Lord Mother Lakshmi came there. That Yashoda Mai never saw that actually Krishna's marriage that took place in front of her eyes, because all the marriages took place in either in Dwarka or in Mathura. Nothing, no marriage took place actually in Vrindavan. So Yashoda Mai was having this great desire that my son should get married in front of my eyes. Every mother, every parent, even for that matter, even devotees' parents also, they have their great desire that their son should get married actually. And those who join brahmachari ashram, their parents are all the way in more anxiety and things like that. So Krishna was the only son of Nanda Baba and Yashoda Mai. So Yashoda Mai, this desire did not get fulfilled that her son should get married in front of her eyes. So then you all know that she appeared as Bakula Devi, and he married. Then Krishna said that okay, no problem. I'll appear as Balaji, and I'll marry Padmavati actually. So Srimati Radharani or Lakshmi Devi only appeared as Padmavati actually. So she serves Lord Balaji actually there in Tirupati. So there in Tirupati actually, early in the morning there is a big queue of people who are taking darshan. You all know there is kilometers of line who are waiting to take darshan of Balaji actually. And early morning, actually 2 o'clock, there is this special Abhishekam and this special aarti that takes place for Balaji. And that time, actually, the darshan gets closed. The door is closed, and there are security guards who are sitting actually with small sticks just at the entrance, so that the people those who are entering, in case if they are going to push the door, they hit them on the head. Hey, don't push the door and things like that. So Sachaturmukha Sanmukha Panchamukha Paramukha Khiladvat Moolamani. So there actually, Chaturmukh, Panchamukh. Who is Panchamukh? Lord Shiva. No, Chaturmukh is Brahmaji. So Brahmaji, Shivaji, and all these great demigods, they are also standing in the line there. to take darshan of Balaji. And sometimes they also get stick on their head. No, don't push the door like that. So pushing the door and pushing the line of prasadam, that is in parampara, don't worry. So even Brahmaji and Shivji, they also get stick on their heads like that. So this personality, Lord Balaji or Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu, always they have this special hair, golden hair on their head, taste in the form of Mother Lakshmi, sitting on their hearts. But Mother Lakshmi never, wants to reside in the heart actually. She always want to massage the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. That is why you see, Mother Lakshmi is always massaging the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, like that. Here, see there on the chest actually in the form of a golden hair only, that's all. But otherwise, her desire is always that she wants to serve Lord, the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, like that. Even though there is no dust in the, Gola, in the Vaikuntha planets, but still Mother Lakshmi takes, the jhadu and she starts grooming the place there. Why? Because she wants to attract the mercy of the Lord, like that. So this service attitude actually reveals that this is the highest thing that is being aspired by everybody actually. So similarly, Srimati, Sita Devi also. So when Sita Mata was there actually when she was small child, one time actually she was playing with her childhood friends, and when she was playing with her childhood friends, actually their ball got stuck in one tree, and they were trying to find out some object that something should be there with which we can take down actually our things. And then they saw that there was this Shiv Dhanush that was lying, like this only. So usually, in order to lift this Shiv Dhanush, 800, big, masculine, wrestlers kind of people would be required in order to lift it somehow or other and keep it the other side. The other day, actually, we had here actually the other picture. It is from the house of Grace. I'm sorry, from the house of Venkatesh Prabhu and Jaji Mataji, and the weight of the deities was almost 200 kg, and 8 or 9 of us we were there, and we were lifting somehow or other, and it was a big task actually to take them in the car and then from the car in their house and things like that. And after lifting, next day devotees were saying, Prabhuji, my hand is paining, my leg is paining, and things like that. Just imagine that was just 200 kg. This Shiv Dhanush was so heavy that 800 of the men were required in order to lift it. But Mother Sita, she just lifted her, with her left hand effortlessly, and took the ball and kept it back as it is. And this scene was seen actually by the personalities within the courtyard. They were astonished, and then they went and reported to Janak Maharaj. You know that what did your daughter do? She just lifted actually, the Shiv Dhanush just like that, effortlessly. And she took the ball and kept it back. And Janak Maharaj was worried. My Lord, she's so powerful. She's so strong. So then Janak Maharaj decided that whom I should get married, my daughter. At least the man should be able to lift the Shiv Dhanush. She lifted with her left hand. The man who is going to get married to her, he should be able to lift with both hands at least, like that. So that's how then Janak Maharaj decided that actually anybody who lifts Shiv Dhanush actually to that particular man I'll get married my daughter Sita. Otherwise, suppose the man is not strong enough and Sita Mata catches his hand, what will happen to that man? He'll become chutney only like that. So don't think that actually Sita Mata was very weak and she was not able to take care of herself and when Ravana came and things like that. If she wanted just like this, she would have destroyed Ravana. She was so very strong actually. But she wanted to prove that she wanted to glorify Lord Ram actually. At the same time, Lord Ram was also wanting to give the experience of love in separation to Mother Sita. That is why actually they got separated actually for pastime's sake. Otherwise, it is not possible actually for any worldly man actually to just capture Mother Sita and take away and things like that. In that assembly actually when Lord Ram came actually, Ravana also came, for that test. And when he saw that actually many of the kings they are not able to lift, he disguised himself and then ran away from there because he got to know that he will also not be able to lift actually this particular Shiv Dhanush. And such a Shiv Dhanush was just lifted by Mother Sita effortlessly. There was no question of actually Ravana capturing Mother Sita and taking away just like that. So one should know that all these things are there actually are the leelas of the Lord, actually, the pastimes of the Lord. So when we are understanding these pastimes of Radha and Krishna, or the pastime of Sitaram or Lakshmi Narayan, we have to understand actually that they are existing in their highest pure form actually. And they are not in the perverted form in the material world that is being generally perceived as the pastime of adults and things like that. So, Srimati Radharani or Mother Sita, they are she is the source of all the arts and all the learnings that takes place within the material world. Actually. So, in one of the Radha Ashtami lectures, actually, Prabhupada just glorified Krishna like that. And at the end, he just said that actually this particular personality, Krishna, about whom we spoke so much, he gets attracted towards the devotion of Srimati Radharani. So just understand her glory, how glorious he is. That's what he said, and then he said, "Thank you very much." So first we'll discuss about the glories of Krishna, then we'll discuss about the glories of Radharani. So there are Purusha avatars. There are three Purusha avatars, correct? There is Shirodakshaya Vishnu, there is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and there is Karanadakshaya Vishnu, or Kojaloshan, where Lord Vishnu is there. Mahavishnu also is known as actually. So Markandeya Rishi, when he was there actually, one time, Markandeya Rishi visits the Pandavas when they were there in the exile, and that time Krishna was also there with the Pandavas. And that time Bhima was just joking with Krishna. He was just joking with Krishna. Was having some discussion with Krishna, and Bhima was just passing some joking comments on Krishna. But that time actually Markandeya Rishi comes there. And Markandeya Rishi says, "Arey, don't misunderstand. He is Supreme Personality of God at Krishna only." And he reveals actually the supremacy of Krishna, that in the previous kalpa, when I was desiring to see the devastation, that how devastation takes place, the same supreme personality of God at Krishna was there actually as Vatapatra Sai actually. And so he was there actually, and he was giving darshan to everybody, specifically to me, because I did not die in the devastation. And since I did not die in the devastation, I was actually thrashed by the waves of water left and right and things like that. And then I saw far away that there was, whatever a tree, a banyan tree, and I thought that I will go and take shelter of this, banyan tree. When I went there, actually, I saw there was a, patta or the leaf of one banyan tree, and on that one small baby was lying, and this baby was taking, the feet of his uh, toe of his feet in the mouth, and he was trying to suck actually, something out of it. So when I saw that, I got, little surprised. How come this baby is alive? Everybody is dead. I am only surviving because I have taken benediction actually from the Lord. So now this baby form of Lord Vishnu, speaks to Markandeya Rishi, who is having a lot of beard and things like that. He was confused. He was scratching his head. What is this? This small baby is, he's very happily staying alone on the leaf. Just imagine small baby living alone in the leaf. Small babies, if they are left alone, actually after some time they'll start crying actually like that. So he's not crying, rather he is sucking, the toe of his feet like that. So when he was confused like this, that time the baby speaks to Markandeya Rishi. He says, "My dear child, Markandeya." Now child speaks to Markandeya Rishi, saying that, "My dear child, Mark," like that is. So Markandeya Rishi gets confused, and the baby does like this, and Markandeya Rishi goes in the belly of Lord Krishna, who was lying as Vatapatra Sai. So when he went in the belly, actually he saw inside the belly also same creation is there, same devastation is taking place, same waves of water they are threshing left and right, and then again the baby did like the whoop, and Markandeya Rishi came out, and then he understood he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Markandeya Rishi said, "I asked for this benediction of seeing the devastation. Please, I don't want to get again pressed. Please, just get me rid of this." And then the baby form of the Lord actually benedicts him and says, "Not a problem now. You will not feel the pain of the torrents of the water waves that you are feeling like that." So Markandeya Rishi reveals actually the supremacy of Krishna, the Pandavas, and others like that. Hmm. So there are four type of people, in this material world, who are happy now and suffer later. They perform their actions in such a way that अभी खाओ पियो मजा करो किसने देखा है बाद का कल क्या होगा जीने के हैं 4 दिन बाकी सब बेजार like that. So they don't think. They are called actually prayers. Sorry, Shreyas. Sorry, prayers. They cannot think in long term actually. So that is one category of people. Then there is another category of people. Suffer now happy later. So they are called actually spiritualist or Shreyas. Then there is third category of people, happy now, happy later. Everybody wants to be in this category. Correct, no? Now also you want to enjoy life and eventually also you want to be happy. That is only possible if one becomes a pure devotee. That is possible only for you. The pure devotees are happy in the material world also. They are happy after leaving this body also. Like one, when we had one Utkarsh camp in Mayapur, and His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj had come there. And Jayapataka Maharaj was there. His half body is having paralysis. There are servants. 50 devotees are required on a day in order to do services for Maharaj. 50 devotees. Just imagine how many services are carried out for Maharaj every day, like that. So many things, so many details are taken care. So one of the devotee asked, Maharaj, how are you? Are you not feeling suffering? Are you not feeling pain and things like that? And Maharaj, he said, I am ecstatic. When Maharaj said with so much conviction actually that he is ecstatic, everybody was surprised actually. And everybody was convinced after that actually he's so ecstatic. And that's how we see, how he's so ecstatic actually. Like the other day when I was there actually, one time I happened to be there in Mayapur, I was serving Maharaj. And, there was some election that was going on, in Bengal. PM also had gone there and some rally and things were going on. Maharaj saw those rallies and things like that. And Maharaj was just saying that, who is going to win elections? And the servant was saying, Maharaj, you only know we want to win, we not want to lose. Then Maharaj said, Didi, oh Didi, you are only going to win this time. Like that. And then Maharaj, passed comment like this. And then one devotee brought, nice cake he was passing through. He said, hey, you offered nice cake to Radha Madhav, but you did not give to me. Like that he said. So then the devotee said, Maharaj, I thought that your health is not good, your servants should not allow and things like that. So that is why I did not offer. Maharaj said, no, 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 no. Now your punishment is that you have to bring 10 cakes for me. Then in the evening, actually 10 cakes were formed. Maharaj took little out of it and Maharaj was so happy and then he distributed to everybody. So I saw that he was so ecstatic actually, so happy. The other time actually when I go to serve him in Mangalore because he had come there, actually Maharaj every day early morning, wherever he attends 4:30 Mangal Aarti. The same Mangal Aarti that is there in Mayapur that is being live streamed for Maharaj. So when Maharaj was there, actually, somebody has to take the darshan, in the tab and show to Maharaj. And I was, holding the tab, and Maharaj was offering obeisances actually. So he was offering obeisances to each of the personalities in the altar. He was offering obeisances to Radharani, he was offering obeisances to Madhav, he was offering obeisances to Giriraj, he was offering obeisances to each of the Ashtasakis. He was taking their names and offering obeisances. And it for him it is like a great difficulty. He was taking his hands from here till down like this. And like that, entire Mangalarti went in just he's offering obeisances from like that. So he was so absorbed, so ecstatic like that. So when I was holding the tab, actually I was, it was like almost half an hour just you were holding. So my hands were little shaky. I was just thinking, previously before that, night, I was just doing some mopping, cleaning and things like that. I was feeling that, Maharaj is having so much difficulties and, Maharaj is suffering so much. So it is nice opportunity that I am also serving Maharaj and things like that. But next day morning, I was realizing that it is not Maharaj who is suffering. Actually, I am suffering like that. So this, supremacy of Krishna was revealed actually by the Markandeya Rishi to Krishna. So there is fourth category of people who suffer now, suffer later. And the gopis of Vrindavan, they are in this category. They are ready to suffer for Krishna when they are there now also. They are ready to suffer even for the future destination also. So very rare to find people in this category actually. The materialistic people, they are very selfish. The so-called love in the material world is only filled with selfish mentality. What I will get out of it? What is it? What is it in it for me? That is what people want in the material world. But the Brajavasis, the gopis of Vrindavan, they are not like that. And Krishna, is very difficult to understand. See, Brahmaji got bewildered actually by Krishna. You see the pastime of Brahma Vimohan Lila, how Brahmaji got bewildered by Krishna. So, how one can understand Krishna? We know from Bhagavad Gita. Name Bhaktya Pranashyati. That Bhaktas only can understand Krishna. That Bhaktya Mamabi Janati. Only the devotees of Krishna they can understand Krishna. But such a personality, Krishna, he is saying that For him also it is difficult to understand the devotion of Srimati Radharani. Then what to speak of conditions on like us understanding or trying to understand Srimati Radharani or her devotion actually. Hmm. So yeah. So the supremacy of Krishna is very difficult to understand even for the conditioned souls. And such a personality is saying that for him it is very difficult to understand the devotion of Srimati Radharani. Then what to speak of the worldly people who are just trying to imitate the pastimes of Krishna. So there are four exclusive qualities of Krishna. You all know that is Leela Madhuri. Then there is Venu Madhuri. There is Rupa Madhuri, and the fourth one is what? Bhakta Madhuri. Out of this Bhakta Madhuri, Krishna, you know, uh, Krishna's pastimes with the gopis are the highest, and Krishna says that he also could not understand the devotion of Srimati Radharani. What is there that she is feeling in his devotion for Krishna? So, what is making her so mad? So Krishna could not understand. That is why he appeared as what? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in order to experience what Srimati Radharani is experiencing. So these four exclusive qualities of Krishna, they are being exhibited actually, or they are being, glorified by all the devotees all the time. So similarly, there are qualities of Srimati Radharani also, which are being glorified by all the devotees. Like one of the qualities, or some of the qualities that are being glorified in Radhika Shtakam by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. So he says, विश्ववन्द्ययोवतापि वन्दितापि यारमारूपनव्ययौवनादिसम्पदालय समा शीलहादलीलया च सायतोऽस्ति नाधिका मय्यमात्मपादपद्मदास्य दासुराधिका. So he says, Vishwavande uh, Yo Yovatabi Vanditapi Arama. She is worshipable even by the those who are worshipping Krishna also. So she is being even worshipped by Krishna also. Like there is one particular picture in which Krishna is taking care of the or just making the hairs of Srimati Radharani properly and things like that. And one of the devotee when he saw this particular picture, he got bewildered that how come Krishna, who is Supreme Personality of Godhead, he can serve actually somebody like this. And another pastime is there where Krishna is massaging the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and things. So when somebody saw this, that how come this can happen and things like that. So it is not that actually Krishna is getting attracted to Srimati Radharani just like that. No, he is getting attracted to Srimati Radharani because of her devotion, because of her service attitude, like that. So Vishwa Vande Yovatapi Vanditapi Yarama. She is even worshipped by Lakshmi also. Rupa Navya Yovanadi Sampanada Yatsama. And there is no parallel actually for the beauty of Srimati Radharani. Sheila Harda Leela Yacha Sayatosti Nadika. So Sheila Harda. Her heart is, very, very tender. Like one time it so happened that there was, one jackal. The jackal was actually having some disease, and some children in Govardhan actually they actually were troubling this particular jackal. So the jackal went in one particular cave and was hiding there. So the children, what did they do? Children generally by nature they are very naughty and mischievous. So they covered the cave actually with one grass and things like that, and they lit up the fire actually there. And the jackal was howling actually in great pain there actually. Then when the Lita Saki saw that actually that the jackal was suffering a lot, so then the Lita Saki removed the fire away. She brought the jackal actually back to Srimati Radharani. And Radharani saw that the jackal was suffering so much pain actually. Radharani bless the jackal that you get relieved from your pain and you go back home back to God. So immediately actually the jackal goes back home back to God. So this is the heart of Srimati Radharani. And this is the devotion of Srimati Radharani. This devotion of Srimati Radharani or the arts that are being performed by Srimati Radharani in order to please Krishna, they come actually to Lakshmi's in the spiritual world, and from there it comes to heavenly planets, and heavenly planets to all the living entities within the material world. So whoever exhibits whatever qualities or arts or fine speech or fine tune in singing and things like that, all those things are actually being exhibited originally by Srimati Radharani, and we are having that in the minute fraction and fraction of fraction of fraction of that same quality that the living entity also possesses actually. So when these exhibit arts or qualities are being used in serving Krishna, that time actually Srimati Radharani becomes very happy. And then the spiritual master takes the devotee to Srimati Radharani and Radharani hands over the living entity to Krishna, saying that, please accept this jiva, he's better than me. So when Radharani recommends the name of the devotee to Krishna, that time Krishna has nothing else to say. So we have a choice: either we take shelter of Krishna or his internal potency, or by default then we are in grip of Maya Devi, wherein we'll be kicked and we'll be punched and we'll be hit and we'll be buried and we'll be digged and everything will be done actually with the living entity. That is what is being taking place. So either we choose external potency, Durga Devi, her trident, the three kleshas we always put on us, or we choose the shelter of Srimati Radharani. So, this famous pastime that, once Cupid came actually to Krishna and he was trying to agitate Krishna, and then the Cupid himself got attracted towards Krishna. So, Cupid is known actually as Madan. And when Madan saw Madan Mohan, he got maddened by the beauty of Krishna actually. So, he was trying to shoot the arrows, but when he saw the beauty, actually the bow and arrow, everything fell upon, and he was just like this one. How come such a beautiful personality exists in the material world like that? Actually? Just like when uh, Rukmini Mata, she was getting married to Krishna, and before that she had sent a love letter to Krishna saying that please come and take me away from here. And when Krishna goes there, so to see that Krishna has come or not, Rukmini Mata removes her veil, she removes her pallu like that up, and when all the uh, members of associates of Shishupal, they saw that actually Rukmini is so beautiful. They forgot about their weapon, they forgot about the carrier in which they were sitting and things like that. So they fell from there and like this. They were so much carried away by lust actually, like that. So this Cupid actually maddened all these personalities, Shishupal and everybody like that. Meanwhile, Krishna comes and takes away Rukmini Mata. And then after some time they realize, "Arey, kya ho gaya, kya ho gaya?" By the time Krishna and Rukmini, both of them, they are gone actually. So this Cupid actually got attracted towards Krishna's beauty, who even bewildered Shiva also. You know that one time Cupid was sent by all the demigods that please go and agitate Shivji. He has to come out of meditation, and his son only can kill this particular demon and things like that. So Cupid goes there and he shoots his arrows. So he has 5 arrows by the way. So when he hits the fifth arrow, Shivji gets angry and he opens his third eye and burns Cupid. So Shivji also gets agitated actually by the arrow of Cupid. But this Cupid became maddened by the beauty of Krishna. So that is why Krishna is known as actually what? Madan Mohan. And Srimati Radharani is known as what? Madan Mohan Mohini. So she even attracts the personality of Krishna also. So Radha and Krishna, in identity they are one. Already we discussed this particular sloka. In identity they are one only, but for the sake of pastime, they divide into two units or two different personalities. So this particular pastimes of Radha and Krishna are being glorified actually by the greatest of the personalities in the scriptures, even by the brahmacharis and sannyasis also. Like Bhishma Pitama, then Sukadeva Goswami, Narad Muni, Shankaracharya, Lord Chaitanya, Goswamis, they are fully renunciates, but still they are glorifying the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he was Nastika Brahmachari by the way. He opened when he was young, that time he opened one Brahmachari Sabha, Chief Sabha actually. And he recruited many members in order to join, saying that actually we all will remain Nastika Brahmachari. But then he was the only who remained. Everybody else got married actually. Then Raghunath Das Goswami is specific actually. He is the epitome of renunciation actually for all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. And we are coming Gaudiya Parampara, right? So Gaudiya devotees actually specifically they are worshippers of Srimati Radharani like that. So you all know about the pastime of Bhishma Pitama, that how he glorified the gopis' love for Krishna. Lalita gati vilasa valguhasa प्रणय निरीक्षण कल्पितो रुमाना कृतमनुकृतवत्यामधाम्ना प्रकृतिमगन किल यस्य गोपवद्भा त्रिभुवनकमलमकमलवर्णं रविकर गौरवरावरं दधाने वपुरलककुलवृषाजनाब्जं विजय सखेर तेरास्तु मे नवद्या. So, Bhishma Pitama, he is glorifying the devotion of gopis. Just imagine, Bhishma Pitama was who? Well, a brahmachari. Correct? All life he never married, but he is glorifying the devotion of gopis for Krishna. Similarly, you know about Sukadev Goswami, that how Sukadev Goswami also glorified the devotion of gopis in, Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. And who is Sukadev Goswami? As soon as he was born, he went out of, his house, father's house, and then, he goes there. And when he sees on the way that actually there are some, ladies who are taking bath without clothes, he goes away there actually from that particular place. Following him, actually, there, his father was there, Vyasadeva. And when Vyasadeva comes there, actually, the ladies put upon their clothes, saying that actually, you are passing from this way. And Vyasadeva asked, wait a minute, I am the age of your grandfather. My young son just now passed from here. He is also not having any clothes. And you are not worried about that. That time you did not put on your clothes. And that time the ladies, they say that actually we saw the innocence of your son. He doesn't distinguish between male and female because he is above that. He is, situated on, Brahman platform like that. But whereas we understand that you are a great sage, but you are a grahastha, so you have to distinguish between male and female. That is why we are putting our clothes. So that's, such a personality. Sukadev Goswami, he is glorifying, the pastimes of gopis and, Srimati Radharani with Krishna like that. Similarly, there is Narad Muni who is also describing actually the pastimes of Krishna. Then Shankaracharya, how Shankaracharya, just imagine at what age he has taken sannyas. When he was 8 years old, that time, he has taken sannyas and such a powerful personality. By the time he was 32, he left. But before that, he converted all the Buddhists to Shankarites actually. Powerful personality actually, Shankaracharya. So he is also glorifying the gopis and in specific actually the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. Where? In Jagannath Ashtakam actually. Rathan Rudo Gachan. So in that particular line comes actually that Radha Rani and other gopis, they are actually pulling the Rath of Krishna actually to Vrindavan actually. Like that. Similarly, in Yamuna Ashtakam also, Shankaracharya glorifies actually the devotion of Srimati Radharani for Krishna. Then even in Achyutastakam, so Yamunastakam, Achyutastakam and Jagannathastakam. These three songs are available Vaishnava in Vaishnava song book actually of Shankaracharya, who is the Acharya of Mayavadi. So in all these three songs actually he glorifies the devotion of Srimati Radharani for Krishna. Then Lord Chaitanya Goswami, Bhaktivedanta Thakur, and then following Parampara, everybody else to be know. So just to summarize, today's discussion, what we discussed. Initially, we started with, Uddhava, visiting Vrindavan, and then he glorifying actually the devotion of, the gopis and Radharani actually to everybody else. And then eventually we discussed that how in the material world there are people who may misunderstand the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, but Krishna himself actually gets attracted towards the beauty of Krishna. Then we discussed towards the end about different personalities, the sannyasis, brahmacharis, renunciates, glorifying the devotion of Radharani and Krishna actually for everybody. And then in between we discussed actually about the four categories of people. One category of people, they want to be happy now, suffer later. Happy now, happy later. Suffer now, happy later. Suffer now, suffer later. And that is fourth category. That is who? The gopis. Nobody else want to be in that category actually. And the gopis for the devotion, their devotion is so high that for Krishna's sake, they are ready to suffer now and suffer even later. So thank you very much for being here and coming here and tolerating me for last almost 1 hour. Any of you have any questions or comments? Or Avadut, Nimai, Prabhu, and anybody else? Santu, want to add something? If not, then we have nice prasadam for all the devotees. Any questions or comments? So, nice question. That the question is that uh, we see that we hear that actually generally there is Krishna and then there is spiritual master. So, who takes us to Krishna? Spiritual master takes. But then I told that spiritual master takes to Radharani. And then Radharani offers. So there are three potencies in the spiritual world. There is Samvit, there is Sandhini, and there is Ladini potency. So Ladini potency is being, is under the control of Srimati Radharani. And Samvit potency is also under the control of Srimati Radharani. Then there is uh, sorry, Samvit is also Sandhini is also under Srimati Radharani, but Samvit potency is under whom? Balaramji. Balaramji represents Adi Guru. So it is not that actually Balaramji also directly recommends the names of devotees to Krishna. The spiritual master recommends the names of the devotees in Gaudiya Parampara specifically actually to Srimati Radharani. And then Srimati Radharani offers it to Krishna. In Gaudiya Sampradaya specifically actually. So as we discussed, Radha and Krishna both are non-different. So spiritual master taking to Srimati Radharani means job is done, no problem. Don't worry. Whether Krishna will accept it or not, he has to accept because Radharani is recommending. So that is why it is non-different. But from Tattva point of view, the spiritual master offers it first to whom? Krishna only. But there is Rasa, there is Tattva. So from Tattva point of view, we see that the spiritual master takes the living entity to Krishna. But spiritual master also is not on his own. Actually, he also offers it to whom? Srimati Radharani. And then Srimati Radharani recommends it to Krishna. And how we get to know about this? We get to know about this from even the Goswamis only. Like Raghunathas Goswami has said that, in case Krishna is there alone on the bank of Yamuna river, I will not go. Even if he calls me, I will not go. But when Radha and Krishna both are there on the bank of Yamuna, even if they don't call me, I'll go running behind them for service. Because I know that actually they'll accept me. Because if Krishna alone is there, then I don't know what danger I will fall into him. But when he is there with Srimati Radharani, he is there with my mother, then I'm taken care of very nicely. Right? Okay. So the Sandhini potency actually is with Srimati Radharani, and she also doesn't reveal directly to us. She gives it, she reveals it through spiritual master to us, the knowledge aspect. Right. Okay. Yes. I'm taking care of my level. we worship the what should be our mood or understanding when we see our because it is not that simple in the deity of Krishna. You look at the deity of Krishna and then you do any into it. But because all of them are together already, what should be a devotee's rightful mood to look at the Vigraha when we see or look at the race? So that we, because of our condition, we go to Hare Krishna. So thank you very much for your comment. And you can answer better than me, whatever you asked. I'll try to speak. So when generally actually the youths, lot of energies are there, a lot of misunderstandings are there in the material world. When we hear actually in the material world anytime about anything that is there between a couple, that means the mind just meditates actually on the wrong things only. But we have to understand that actually in the spiritual world, the same things are existing in the supreme, most pure forms. So first thing that I discussed for that only, that the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, they are not ordinary pastimes like the pastime that takes place within the material world of any man or women, just like that. And for that only I quoted so many of the acharyas, so many of the great renunciates, brahmacharis, even sannyasis, glorifying the devotion of Srimati Radharani and Krishna. And while looking at the deity form of the Lord, actually what should be our attitude? We can pray to them like just like as we see our mother and we see our father. We don't misunderstand them, right? So like that, we should not misunderstand. Radha and Krishna, we can see them that they are our supreme mother and father. They are mother and father of the entire world. And Jagat Pita, like that. So when we see our mother and father, that time automatically, we have more respect or reverence. And that is why even Srila Prabhupada also said that, when we are worshipping Radha and Krishna in our temples, we are worshipping them in the form of Lakshmi Narayan, not in the form of spontaneous love and things like that. And as the heart gets purified of the anarthas, slowly, actually, one will be able to understand that more spiritual intricate, deeper spiritual intricacies. So I remember actually one time we were there in Pune, and one of the devotees was asking similar question to Vijay Chandrasekhar Maharaj. That when I see Radha and Krishna, my mind gets little agitated actually, like that. So then Chandrasekhar Maharaj said that when you go come and see here, see Radha and Krishna from little far, but you go and spend more time with God in eye. That is very safe. So you go sing, dance, whatever you want to do in front of God Nitai, that is safe. So that is why for us the saviors are Gaur Nitai. Sri God Nitai ki jai. So we can meditate upon them because the same rasa dance is being carried out by God Nitai also. Nobody will be able to misunderstand like that. Okay. So that is how we see them as our worshipable mother and father, and not like in the ordinary world where people just see it as a lusty affair and things like that. And another thing that we have to change is we have to change the source of hearing. Since in the material world we have heard too much about in Radha Krishna and things like that. Nowadays people they make adult what is it serials also on pastimes of Radha Krishna and things like that. It is pure lust actually, nothing. There is no love actually. They just want to exhibit whatever lust they have it in their hearts in the form of the pastimes of Radha Krishna and things. So we have to make distance or keep distance actually from such things and rather hear in Guru Parampara. So I had some things to show that actually. Can you get me my charter? I'll just show that. According to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, what should be the attitude of a devotee that when he is approaching these three things, or when he is approaching the pastimes of Radha Krishna? So there are three categories of devotees: those who are, uh, upcoming devotees, those who have not, yet started their practice of Krishna consciousness only seriously. Then there is second category of devotees who are neophytes, and third category of devotees who are sadhakas. So for those devotees who are just, upcoming, they should hear more glories of the creation lila of the Lord, the first and second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. They should hear more about it. And they should hear about the supremacy of Krishna, greatness of Krishna. Second category of the devotees, those who are neophyte devotees, once in a while, whenever like this kind of festivals are coming and things like that, that time they can hear about the pastimes of Radha Krishna with grateful heart from right source, not just go on YouTube and just search some uh, esoteric pastimes and things like that. Don't do that. Then there is third category of devotees, those who are sadhakas. Sadhakas actually they can hear for long, long time. They can hear about the pastimes of Krishna specifically. Yeah. So here the mixed devotees purify selfless motives, read and hear about incarnation of the Lord and pastimes of Krishna that reveal his opulence and divinity. The neophyte devotees may even purposefully read Krishna Lila, but that is not good. Occasionally or briefly in a regulated way. Such festivals and things like that. One may hear about the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. That too also those pastimes which glorify their devotion. Like one time it so happened that Radharani she was criticized a lot actually for not being chaste and things like that. So in order to prove her chastity actually there is a pastime that is there that one time Krishna got very severe headache and somebody, Purnamasi told that actually his headache will only go provided a chaste lady takes a pot with 100 holes, goes to Yamuna and brings all the way from there to Nandgaon. The water should be there as it is in the pot. And with that pot, in case Krishna's head is massaged, then Krishna will get relieved actually. And in Vrindavan, actually, generally, Krishna's mother-in-law and sister-in-law, they would always pose themselves as, sorry, Radharani's mother-in-law and sister-in-law, they would always pose themselves as most chaste. Their names are Jatila and Kutila. So these Jatila and Kutila, they would pose like this. So Kutila got to know like this. So she very enthusiastically, she went in the Yamuna, took a pot with just two, three holes, tried putting out, taking out water. Entire water only just went out. So nothing remained. And all the people, they were just laughing. And, Jatila, she was hiding behind the bushes and she was seeing. She thought, Jatila only got, so much of, humiliated. So she went and pretended, I'm sick, I cannot go, this, that, and all. So then, Purnamasi requested that please send your daughter-in-law, Shri Radharani, for taking out the water. So then she said, how come she is the most unchaste and this, that, and everything like that. But anyways, Purnamasi is saying that please go there. So Radharani, with full devotion, actually, she goes there. In Yamuna, she takes a pot, with 100 holes, fills, it with water. And, the water remains as it is. Then she brings it to, Nandagaon and gives to Krishna actually. And gives to other, gopis and then they massage the head of Krishna and Krishna gets relieved of it. Just imagine, this is the devotion of Krishna. So one may hear like this kind of pastimes once in a while when this kind of festivals are coming up. That also glorifying their devotion, not the esoteric ones like that. Like that. So neophyte devotees they can do like this, and those and the third category of the devotees are also here only. That one may hear about the pastimes of Krishna Lila a lot. Specifically, read Krishna book again, time and again. Read Krishna book from 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam with Srila Prabhupada commentary. Prabhupada's commentary is there like that. In case somebody wants to be bodily conscious, you will thoroughly smash it out and one will come out actually out of that. Body concept of that. That also put here. Just here. Yeah. Srila Prabhupada books, they are our saviors. So Prabhupada's empowered translation, sometimes within the translation only Prabhupada gives purport. Like that. And then complex philosophy is made very easily by the non-technical language. And confidential pastimes are told in a very innocent way that neophytes can appreciate. Then foundational knowledge for first class, first time readers read, Narada's teachings to Prachetas, how Narada is telling about the greatness of Krishna. There's a deeper understanding for more qualified devotees. Sukadeva Goswami's description of Ras Leela with Prabhupada commentary. And one should be very careful not to fall succumb to so-called YouTube and all and just hear about the esoteric pastimes of Radha and Krishna and things like that. Very dangerous actually. I hope that helps. Thank you very much. Somebody else. Even I also don't know. That you can ask Uddhavji only. But what translation where we have read is, he is wanting to get the dust of the lotus feet of the gopis to get their blessings. He is so much appreciative of them that he wants to just say namaskar to them and just obeisance like that. And that's where he says that he wants to just become Gurumulata. He never says that he wants to become a gopi. He never ever, none of the prayers I read that, Uddhav is wanting to become gopi. He says that I'm just happy to become a Gurumulata. Like that. That much only I know. I don't know. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Radharani ki jai. I wanted to sing one song also, but now time